We are all familiar with pleasures. Joys, we sometimes misunderstand it and mix it up with pleasures. What about bliss? Have you ever experienced bliss? Meditation makes it possible to experience bliss. How are you feeling at the moment? Not just passing of thoughts, but your inner nuances, how peaceful you are, how calm you are, how still you are, how happy you are, how joyful you are, how blissful you are. See, there is a whole spectrum of all these things. Most people cannot differentiate, even literally, the nuances between happiness, joy, bliss. But if we continue to pay attention, we may not know the words, but you will be able to say this is lighter, this is grosser, this is mediocre. Similarly, if you are feeling sad, find the spectrum of the sadness. My comment here is feeling good or bad, not only on the part of this physical body, but this settling and unsettling goes on at a mental, emotional, and spiritual level as well. That gives us the idea that when mind is settled on the body versus when mind is settled on, let us say, my emotional needs or my mental needs or my spiritual craving. That's why these words of pleasure, joy, bliss, these are different phases of happiness. The way we are identifying ourselves, how our mind settles, if it settles on the bodily requirement, sensual desires, we call it pleasures. When emotionally we are satisfied, we become ecstatic, joyful. When spiritual things are fulfilled, we feel at peace, we feel calm, we feel at bliss. So, identification of our mind with all these planes creates a different states, which are given different words. Only now we can understand the true the meaning behind the pleasure, joy, bliss, peace, calmness. Okay. When you receive a nice chocolate, right? That's a pleasure. When somebody cracks a joke, there's a lot of joy because it affects you at a mental level. Chocolate affects you and, makes your taste buds happy. So we use the word pleasure. When something excites you mentally and you keep thinking about a joke, even in the bathroom when you're alone, you'll think of the joke and laugh alone, right? That's joy. But when your heart is melting away and you're in a totally carefree state, that's bliss, and that is triggered by grace. Nothing is comparable in this world when grace touches the heart. Well, it brings about tremendous clarity in life. And of course, life becomes more enjoyable. You see the clear difference between pleasures, joys, and bliss. One is able to differentiate, though we all understand these words. We are all familiar with pleasures. Joys, we sometimes misunderstand it and mix it up with pleasures. What about bliss? Have you ever experienced bliss? Meditation makes it possible to experience bliss, and if you are fortunate, you can even transcend bliss and go to those sources where from the bliss emanates. Because during meditation, our neural network has a different role to play. It works differently. Like a person may be under absolute stress, but if a capable guide is there to take this person's consciousness and change it, make it calmer, make it peaceful, more enjoyable, then you can see the levels of oxytocin, for example, or serotonin or melatonin, and reduction in cortisol, adrenaline. All these stress hormones can come down, joy giving or happiness giving hormones can go up. These are all measurable these days.